Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the McGonigal Boxing Podcast. So, just want to get straight down to it regarding Dillian Whyte. I think he's got to be very, very careful here. Now, for me, at the moment, what he's doing is a classic case of cutting off his nose despite his face. Now, don't get me wrong, we were all in support of him and his legislation against the WBC. It's outrageous. 3 years. 3 years he's been the mandatory position, and he hasn't had his chance. He's been tied up with the constant trilogy of Wilder, and Fury, and the ongoing Joshua escapades, and before that, was it Klitschko retiring? Was he coming back? So it's been a real mess, and it's been outrageous. He hasn't had a world title shot, and of course he didn't help himself as well by getting knocked out by Povetkin, which ultimately has delayed him a year. That's no question about that. But we're all in favour of him. No one on my podcast, but I'm sure the comments below will say Whyte was wrong for seeking legal action against the WBC. However, the ball changed. Things changed. The ball got thrown into a different court when they finally swallowed their pride and they said, Dillian Whyte, and they did this at the end of November, Dillian Whyte is a WB mandatory challenger. Tyson Fury is ordered, that's the big word here, ordered to fight Dillian Whyte next. No escape. And you know what Frank Warren and Tyson Fury said? After a few mumbles and grumbles, because I know Fury doesn't like to be told what to do. Okay, that's pretty much what they said. They started off a little bit of hot air the first week, as you'd expect, a bit of kickback. Who's Dillian Whyte? I don't need Dillian Whyte, he's a bum, all this, etc. But then they realised, hang on, the WBC mean what they say, they mean business, things changed. And they went, okay, let's make this fight happen. And if you watch any interview with Frank Warren, Tyson Fury, John Fury in the last 2 weeks, then you'll realise and appreciate that they've said bring it on. They are up for this Dillian Whyte fight. So here's what I'm saying. Dillian Whyte, drop your lawsuit against the WBC. Do it after you fought Fury, for goodness sake. Yes, I can feel he's aggrieved and he's cost him years of his career, etc, etc. But you've got your fight. You've got your big payday. You'll earn more money fighting Fury than trying to pursue this ongoing court case with WBC. And what's happened now? Frank Warren's come out and said, well, listen, the WBC can't do anything. Legally, they cannot do anything until they resolve this legal matter with Dillian Whyte. They can't be seen to be fixing financial deals with a person that's trying to sue them. And this court case won't happen until March. So guess what? And rightly so, Fury's going, well, I'm not going to wait till March for this court case to be resolved, and then probably realistically May to fight. Sod that, I'm fighting in the meantime. He says he wants to keep active. He's getting on now, Fury. He's 33. He wants to stay active. He had an inactive last couple of years. He wants to fight, and credit to him for saying that. So he's going to fight in March, and it won't be against Dillian Whyte. And what happens, God forbid, what happens if Fury gets an Otto Walling cut again? What happens if he, looks past maybe a Takam or a Hellenius or a Washington? It's like a C-ranked heavyweight, just keep him dizzy. And he gets, God forbid, sparked out. Or he wins, but ugly, and then he needs 6 months to recover. And then suddenly September, October, and then God knows what's going to happen. Because Dillian Whyte won't want to wait all that time, will he, to fight? So it's just a mess. And so my urge to Dillian Whyte is stop. I can't believe Eddie Hearn hasn't said this to him. Stop the lawsuit. Yes, I feel I totally see how you're aggrieved, but do it once you've fought Fury. Don't pursue this fight with WBC when you've been ordered the WBC mandatory challenge. You've got your dream fight. It's there on a plate early next year. But you're costing yourself now by pursuing this. Do it after. Make WBC pay absolutely for costing you 2 years, 3 years of your world title shot, your peak years. Absolutely. But do it after you fight Fury. You'll earn more money fighting Fury, less hassle, and you know what? And then finally hit your world title shot. If you carry on down this route, I hate to say it, it might never happen. It might not have happened. You know how the heavyweight boxing scene starts and ends. It's so unpredictable. Take it now. Stop the lawsuit, take it now, and pursue the lawsuit once you fought Fury. And as it happens, I think you'll give Fury a great fight. I really do. I don't think Whyte's going to beat Fury, but I think it'll be a lot closer than people think, until eventually I think Fury will knock Whyte out in the late rounds. A bit like Parker, where we put it on him towards the end and very nearly stopped him. I think Fury will stop him. But it'll be a great fight and a great payday. So Dillian Whyte, stop trying to cut your nose off despite your face, and get this fight made. So once in a lifetime opportunity here, right now, Prime Fury, payday, huge payday, sell out any arena in the UK, take it now.